Okay, this is day one of talking to a camera until it becomes natural. And we're starting the timer, 10 minutes on the clock. And the subject of today is journaling. I've been journaling for a long time, and I mean that not in the sense that I'm journaling as in writing down my feelings and stuff. That I haven't come to, and I honestly find I don't think I need it. I mean, some people might work for them, but for me, it's kind of unnecessary. I mean the journaling as in structuring your life, structuring your day. And for me, that really started because in school, I was always the kid who didn't not want to do his homework and stuff he was tasked to do, but got home and just did something else because he forgot. And for some time that was fine because I just arrived at the school early and would just copy the homework and then that would fly by. But school, of course, gets more serious the older you get. In some way it got more unserious because I didn't care for it. But I kind of had to catch up with the other kids. So I just, in a frenzy, kind of ordered this planner in the middle of the year and decided to just write down what I was doing all day, for the whole day. So from waking up to going to bed, I would have everything structured. And it started off with this sort of to-do list, I guess, where I would just have, okay, I need to do homework, I need to go play football, and then do this and that, of course. And then it kind of got more into, okay, I'm waking up at 6, then I'm reading my book, making breakfast, going off to school. After school, I'm gonna head to the gym, and then I was slowly more and more structuring my day out to actually be like a plan of the day. And yeah, that kind of transformed my life. I went from a person, it transformed me as a character. I went from a person who was all over the place, unstructured, and I myself thought of myself as a chaotic person. My room was never cleaned, and with me doing more and more of that, and I did it sort of because of discipline and sort of because I did it sort of because of discipline, but also it came kind of natural. I think that is the same way with everything in life. For the things that actually resonate with you, that you actually need to do, that are good for you, you need to be disciplined about it and push to yourself. But if it's actually good for you, there should be some natural drive for you to do it. So when I did those days where I would structure them through, which would go against my nature, I actually felt good at the end of the day. I wasn't like pushing myself through it because it was horrible, but I needed to do it. I actually felt good. I was like at peace with myself because I didn't dread going to school the next day. I didn't dread talking to the teacher. I didn't hide away from them. I could actually sit there with posture and be content with what I've done. Even though I didn't care for homework or school, I cared for this pressure being lifted off my chest. And that was how it started. And it turned into me now being sort of dependent on it. But just because I have become a more, some might say, very structured person. And that is not out of force, how do you say that? Because I force myself to do it. But it is because I enjoy it. When something is unstructured, it gives me a uncomfortable feeling. And nowadays, when I don't write my planner, when I don't write down what I'm gonna do for the day, I kind of get depressed, I need the structure leading me through my day, because if I would just do what I felt like, what I wanted to do during the day, then I would just lay in bed, even though that's not good for me. And at the end of the day, I would probably go work out. That's it. And if I do what I think is good for me, what I think I actually would like to do, but not actually want to do, if that makes sense, in that moment I feel like a little bit fatigued. Like nobody wakes up happy, and not maybe happy, but nobody wakes up and is like, okay, I'm gonna push now. I have all the energy in the world. Everybody is a little bit groggy, a little bit slumpy when they wake up, and then if you start making decisions in that moment, you're probably gonna stay in bed. But if you made your decisions, fuck, I forgot I'm leaving all of this in, and this is completely unedited. Usually I just edit this out. If you make your decisions the night before, I've always had this comparison between like the person the night before watches out for yourself, your own self in the future, and you have this kind of superposition from which you can judge your own life. And I always find myself at night, when the day is over and I have no pressure from myself to perform and everything is done and gone right, I can sort of look with a more neutral view at my life and kind of objectively see what is good for me. I think myself in the morning is a bad judge, and myself at noon is a bad judge. That person probably wants to go take a nap. But at night, I think I am the best judge for myself. So I'm writing plans at night and judging my next day in that phase. And that has helped tremendously. I'm kind of struggling to what I'm going to talk about now. To where today I try to structure everything through journaling, which is a problem in some sense, but in general it has just helped me to get a more overview in my life. Because in my mind, and I'm not trying to be this, oh my god, my mind is crazy and you would never understand person. I think I'm pretty much the normal guy. But in my mind, I hate it. It's an uncomfortable feeling, very, very uncomfortable feeling, when I have nothing planned. That's why I have my whole year planned on my wall. I have my daily plans, I have my weekly plans, because these single thoughts for what I need to do, what I want to do, I always have them in my head, but they're so vague, and I almost yearn for this overview, having everything in sight, being able to see everything clearly written down and knowing exactly what I'm gonna do at what point. And I always have that in my head, but I just sort of can't grasp that. Grasp that. I can't grasp it. And that sucks. That's a physical feeling that I feel in that case, which is just uneasiness. I'm just skittish, if you can say that. Like I move around a lot faster, a lot more stressed, and it feels uncomfortable. And I have learned that I just need to make that overview for myself. So I started planning everything, and it actually helps. I'm still dreaming of this big whiteboard in which I can write down literally everything of my life. What I'm gonna eat from morning to sundown, what I'm gonna do exercise-wise, what I'm gonna do work-wise, and what I'm gonna do socially, and then just basically following that plan throughout the whole day, which is another thing I have. We have 15 seconds left, so I want to have a plan. That's always been the dream. I want to have a plan that's perfect, where I'm comfortably and very happy at the end of the day and gotten so much done and had good workouts, and that I can just follow this blueprint every day and be happy. That's always been the dream, but I've never gotten it because life is weird. Okay, we're done. 10 minutes. This is the first day. I'm sweating. It's uncomfortable, but it's the first day, so we're gonna see each other tomorrow.